Hi, my name is Mark Jonah, and I'm the Program Director for the Digital Media Studies here at Prairie College. And today we have two students with us, Maya Cole and Mary Jensen, and they're just going to talk a bit about their experience that they've been having here in the Digital Media program. So, Maya, I'll start with you. What brought you to Prairie?
Mostly I saw the program online and I thought it was really nice. And also my sisters had attended Prairie when it was still a high school at this location.
Okay.
So I always knew about Prairie, but I didn't know that it had turned into a college.
Right.
Had I known that sooner, I probably would have came right out of high school. But
you wandered around a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're glad you finally made it here.
Yeah, I am too.
Good. And Mary, what brought you here to Prairie?
So I had kind of fallen in love with photography when I went to Bible school in England, and I was looking for, wasn't really sure what I wanted to do next, and my dad was like, hey, there's this photography program in Three Hills that you should look at, so I looked at it and decided to come.
Okay. Yeah. So what have been some of the, maybe the better experiences or things that you've really enjoyed about the program?
I love all of the aspects that we've covered, and one of them was advanced film. That was an amazing class because it's been a dream of mine to work on like a film set like that. Okay. So that was kind of a dream come true. So
what sort of things did you do in that course?
We were the crew for a TV pilot that the Rosebud actors were acting in, and then we were the crew for it. So we got to do everything from camera operation, director of photography, metadata, slating, like as director's assistant, all that kind of stuff, like full range of jobs.
Okay, yeah. Cool. And Maya, how about you? What are some of the things that stand out for you in the program?
I would agree that advanced film was a huge part of like a really amazing experience. Overall, videography and photography have both been things that I kind of dabbled in. I hadn't invested in a really nice camera until I came to the program. So seeing the progression from my first set of pictures in Evan's photography classes to even second year, first day, I'm like, this is crazy. I was so bad. What was I doing? Yeah.
Yes, but that's the whole idea, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Get better. Can you talk a little bit about maybe some of the other experiences that you've had either in the classroom or on different shoots that you've been on, just some of the experiences that you've had?
Yeah, I think that I noticed that digital media has smaller classes, which for me is not a bad thing because getting to work in smaller groups, you really get to know your classmates a lot better and get to work in a team setting because you are all working together.
Right.
And that's one huge aspect that I've really enjoyed because you get to know each other really personally and you get to have a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't mind working hard as long as I can have fun while I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the expectation for students in the digital media program is you're going to work hard. Yeah. In that. How about you, Mary?
Yeah, there's a really big variety of the shoots that you do, so you get wide variety of things that you're working on. So this year, everything that we do for assignments is geared towards building our portfolios. Okay. So a lot of it has been just giving you exposure to different types of photography, so you kind of get to know what you kind of like, and then you're also just building your own work. So it kind of gives you motivation to work really hard on your assignments because you want to showcase this stuff after. So. Okay.
And what are you leaning more towards in photography? What aspect of it do you find yourself intrigued by?
There's a lot that I'm intrigued by. I love sports photography. So I'm kind of leaning.
Getting the action shots?
Action shots are one of my favorites. I also like macro, really close-up shots. Okay. There's a lot. I love nature and the sports stuff, so it's pretty much freezing the action is probably what I'm leaning towards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. How about you, Maya?
I found that I've really drawn to the telephoto lenses.
Okay.
And I enjoy car photography a lot. And also light painting, because that's something that I had never touched on. And then coming to photography and learning how to light paint. It's really fun.
Okay. For people who don't know what light painting is, can you describe it?
So light painting essentially is when you take a picture that it depends. So Mary, she likes to capture the action. So she would have a fast shutter speed. So basically your shutter is clicking very fast to capture the action, but then say that you want to take a photo at night, but you don't want to sacrifice ISO, you leave your shutter open for longer to let more light in. So when you do that and you, say, use a flashlight and write something with light, it captures that light trail. So if you can write like words, you can draw pictures. It's really cool.
Cool. Well, that sounds really interesting. Tell me about some of the other stuff that you've learned, just being part of the Prairie community and being at Prairie College, some of your other courses. We are a Christian community. How has your walk with Christ been changed since being here?
Well, it's nice to be in Christian community, and it's really nice to have professors that are Christ-centered, like especially in our program. It's nice to have that kind of focus to what we're doing, and I guess having a close group of friends that are Christians is really helpful when you're like stressing. There's a lot of people you can go to on campus and be like, can you pray for me? I'm stressing really a lot, and I would love some prayer. So it's nice to be able to just go up to people and ask for prayer, or like, hey, can you help me with something? And everyone's always really friendly. And
yeah. How do you see yourself in the future? Like after you're done here, you're both in your second year, and so you'll be graduating at the end of this year, theoretically.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Right? No, you will. You're both good students. So Maya, what sort of thing would you like to be doing in digital media after you leave Prairie?
I think the dream would be a freelance artist.
Okay.
It would be really cool to get a job taking pictures of cars specifically either at racetracks or drift tracks, because that would be super awesome.
Okay. So what do you find so intriguing about taking photos of automobiles?
I feel like for me it's a type of photography that I feel isn't I see photos of it all the time on Instagram, but it's never really talked about as a professional field of photography, because you always have wedding photography or product photography or street photography, which I also would like to get into. But I feel I also want to make cars my hobby too. Okay. So that would be kind of a double thing, taking pictures of my hobby.
Right. Yeah. Well, that sounds like a great idea. Something that you're already interested in.
Yeah.
And then saying, I can use my skill and ability in this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good. How about you, Mary?
I don't know. Freelance would be pretty cool. But I think I'd like to work maybe with a production company. I'd love to do anything related to advanced film that we did. Would be really cool to get into. But yeah, I have a hard time narrowing it down because I like a lot of things. Okay. But
do you lean more towards photography or filmmaking?
That's hard. I really like both of them. I don't know. I feel like it might be harder to make a living on photography. Because it'd be super cool to do travel around and just get all these amazing photos of just action shots would be amazing, but it's also quite expensive. And I don't know, working with a production company, it would be really cool to just, I love video, and it I don't know how else to describe it other than saying that it's cool, because it's also new to me still, and I just anything that I could do and it would be really cool.
Right. Yeah. How do you rate say what you're learning? Do you think you're going to be how prepared do you think you're going to be going out into the field after you're done here?
I think for me, I feel very prepared, especially in comparison to when I started. But Prairie, I feel teaches you a very high level of professionalism. And it's not just here you just take photos. It's this is how you talk to clients, this is how you build your clientele, this is how you make it in the world, essentially.
Right.
Professionalism is something that's super not enforced, that's a bad word. Encouraged and emphasized, thank you, that's the word. Enforced was too much. Emphasized as how you deal with clients, and right now we're starting to get more into pricing and stuff like that. So I feel once we talk more about how you price a shoot and stuff like that, that's stuff we're coming up to, I'll feel a lot more prepared. But I'm still how do you price a shoot, or what do you charge and all that stuff. So
well, and that's something that's new that we just started this year, is that extended business
and I think that's
teaching throughout, so that you are prepared when you go out. Because I think a hard thing for digital media students is the photo I take or is the film I make, the video shoot I do, is it worth anything? And it's hard for you to put a value on that. But there is a value to it. Yeah, good. Yep. So if someone was looking at Prairie's digital media program, wondering whether they should come or not, what would you say to encourage them to apply?
If you're looking for one-on-one professors and close-knit community of friends and exposure to a lot of different styles, then this is definitely something you should look into. It's a very safe environment to learn and to fail quickly and to, just build up your knowledge, and it's really safe to fail. Right.
Yep. Which sounds, does that sound normal or not? Like it's okay to fail, but in a skill set, like you're learning in digital media, if you think that, I've got to present everything perfect the first time I do it.
Nope. There's always room for improvement, and criticism is always to make you better, and it's not personal. And,
right. And I think one of the key things about the program is that, we want Mary to get better, and we want Maya to get better, and we don't expect both of you to rise to the same level, but for Maya to be as good as she can be and for Mary to be as good as she can be. And that's a real strength of the program, I think. Okay, what would you say to the potential student?
Well, I think Mary said a lot of what I would say, but for instance, actually my cousin was looking at going into Prairie, and he's about 3 years younger than me, I think, and I was like, it's a really good place to go, especially coming from where we come from, because we come from a super small Christian community as well.
Right.
And sometimes adjustments to bigger colleges can be hard, but I think Prairie is a really good medium for that, because this town that you're in isn't necessarily downtown Calgary.
Right.
It's a really nice small community, and the churches are really nice, and even just the people in the community are overall amazing. And like Mary said, you get such close connection with everybody. Everybody's name in the college.
Sure.
Everyone pretty much knows everyone. You can look around and I know that face, I know that face.
Right.
And especially with the professors, because at my other two colleges, I felt very much like I paid them to teach me, whereas here I pay them to teach me, but they actually want me to grow. Because they're actually caring about my well-being and improvement in my learning abilities. I don't think I got it.
Did you guys go on the Abraham Lake? So what was it like shooting? I know you did some light painting at that point, but also shooting into the ice and then shooting the sun as it came up?
I think it's like a once in a lifetime experience, kind of almost. You can go out and recreate that yourself, but you're never going to get it in the same aspect of going with your classmates and with these people who can give you advice and help you grow and help you take these amazing photos that they look like stock images almost, and you're like, wow, I took that.
Yeah, it's very cool to go out with your classmates and your instructors, because you're in quite an amazing setting out on a frozen lake in the mountains, and being able to shoot the night sky and then seeing the sun as it comes up. And you're right, if you're having a problem, hey, Jordan, hey, Evan, I have a question. Help me. What can I do to fix this problem? And they'll tell you. Yeah, exactly. And then it's a really great learning opportunity for you guys.
It's really surreal too, because you go in pitch black, you don't know where you're going, and then the sun comes up and you just see that you're surrounded by mountains and you're standing on a lake. Yeah, that has bubbles frozen. Yeah, in the ice. Just walking over this, and it's just so surreal, because you go out and you're also extremely tired, so you're just walking out, and it's amazing.
All right, well, I guess we can be done.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
That was really fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.